Why are you so ecstatic?
Something actually happened in this episode.
And then he got up and walked away, and fake Rhodey.
I love that all of his tombstones, they all have different scriptures. The other one had Ezekiel 25:17, which is not accurate.
Why do you keep talking about Grimace?
Tremis.
Talking about anything else other than this show is much more entertaining than this show. I'm sorry, but it is.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Black and White Reviews. I'm Lee.
I'm Will.
I'm Chuck.
Oh, you guys sound so excited to be here.
I'm ecstatic.
Why?
I'm ecstatic.
Why are you so ecstatic?
Something actually happened in this episode that wasn't...
Something actually happened in the last one too, and you guys said the same thing.
One thing happened in the last episode. I'll say this before you go, Will.
No, you can go first. Go ahead.
Okay. I shared this with Lee earlier. I think I said this episode should have been episode 2. And then everything that happened up until this point could have been condensed into one episode. And then when he, at the end, dawns on the Nick Fury that we know Nick Fury to be, that could have been the last 4 episodes. And it probably would have been better than what we got so far.
I agree. It took a long time to get to this moment where he finally became Nick Fury again. Mm-hmm. This was a long way to get to that final shot with him in the jacket and the eye patch and everything. This took a long time. It did not need to take this long.
He dressed like Nick Fury again. We don't know what's going to come out of the next episode.
The last episode.
Yeah, right.
Yes,
You're right. You have a point there. I'm just saying, like, clearly that's what it's going for. I'm just saying it took a while, a lot of nothing to finally get to this point. And it's okay, fine.
I will say the only good part that I liked about this episode was, what's her name, Sonya?
Oh, she is so good.
She's fantastic.
She was fantastic in this episode.
She's been fantastic in every single scene she's done in this whole show.
Yes. But in this episode, she was the best part of the episode. Outside of her, Nick Fury still didn't do much.
He guarded the president.
Not really.
He grabbed the chair and sat down and pulled out his gun. That's so basically what he's done this entire season.
And then he got up and walked away, and fake Rhodey took his place.
Yes.
So
you are right.
He failed.
Let's call him Fody.
Let's call him
Fody.
I was going to say, no, we can't do that.
What?
I was going to call him Scrody.
Well, we were saying that earlier. When I was listening to our episode, I was like, how come I didn't say Scrody? Just because he's a scroll. It's Scrody.
Oh, that sounds bad.
I know. That sounds like a...
Yeah. So
that sounds like an animated character in like a sexual education video.
Scrody.
Here comes Scrody.
Scrody the scrotum. They didn't just say it. Scrody the scrotum.
Yes.
The one
but
thing
I still want to know. Go ahead. Sorry. My bad. Go ahead.
The one thing that I want to start on is actually the beginning. And it's this constant thing where I'm harping on villains that do really stupid things. They have Fury dead to rights, and they let him walk away.
Oh, yeah. Especially after he smacks him in the head with the gun. Barely. Yeah, but he does it in a way that's like, yeah, it caused pain. But really. Like nobody, it caused some pain. It's just it didn't knock him out or anything. He's just like, okay, you just hit me, and then all these dudes just stand there with guns. And he's like, yeah, this is just a preview. Come back again, you get the whole show.
Hang on. So
what?
Exactly. So Scrody the Scrotum is a government agent. I'm gonna keep calling him that now. That's now his name. I'm gonna call Scrody.
Undercover.
So Scrody is a hang on. Scrody is a government agent. And he got smacked with a gun. There are all these people around, Secret Service and everything, that come flying out of nowhere, and they still let Fury, who just smacked him with a gun, walk away.
He did say stand down, and he's the one who's in charge of them, so...
But they're all Skrulls, too.
Oh, are they?
They've got to be.
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
I don't know about all that. Maybe 1 or 2 of them maybe are Skrulls, but all of them?
No, I don't think any of them are actually.
That would be a bit much.
It's either all or none of them. I don't think it's any of them.
I still want to know where the actual Rhodey is.
He's on the moon with Cap.
It's Rogers. Yeah.
If you think he's on the moon or he's
Hey, who fixed his legs, or is he still wearing like exoskeletons?
That's a really good question.
Remember his legs he like broke his spine in Civil War.
Yeah, did he?
He had like some weird Iron Man legs.
He didn't lose his legs.
He didn't lose them, but he lost
He
use
was
of them.
paralyzed. He fell like 30,000 feet and just kerplunk on the ground and couldn't walk after that. He needed the gears and everything on his legs to walk. Come on, but you know what?
There is a way around. There is a way around that.
Oh yeah, they do it in this episode. There's a way around that in this episode because Fury has a mesh that can make his face look like whatever he wants it to.
Oh,
so we have this tech now. So I put nothing past Marvel at this point.
They've had this tech
since Mission Impossible.
Yeah, but this is different than Mission Impossible. No, the first time we saw this tech was in Civil War. Scarlett Johansson's character wore it.
Yes.
Black Widow had it.
We saw
it again in which show was it that had the agent there? Peggy's niece.
Agents of
She
S.H.I.E.L.D.?
had it. No. Peggy's niece. She was in one of the shows we've talked about. Was it Captain America and Captain Falcon? Whatever.
I don't remember this.
Yeah, she was up to something we didn't know what she was up to. Yeah. She has the mask in that too.
All right, fine.
We've seen the Widow's Veil used a bunch of times.
No, I'm saying there's a way around. There's a way around why Rhodey can walk because he was in the Iron Man suit when he fell.
No.
Yeah, but he was walking around
paralyzed.
with yeah.
He had to have special.
Right, but when he pushed a button, it suctioned and he was able to breathe in space.
We're not talking about that.
That's how it works.
No.
In space, no one can hear you scream. Okay.
You obviously you fall in space too when you're holding on to people.
No cheapers. Lazy.
But they really didn't go. I mean, they showed that once, but then accent, no accent. There's a lot of stuff that the continuity is lost in some of these small areas.
The answer is it's not Rhodey. It's Scrody.
I know that, but I want to know where the real Rhodey is.
Okay, so you would think that somebody would be like, "Hey, wait a minute, buddy. Weren't you paralyzed? Why are you walking? Where's your leg gizmos?"
I think all the people who would ask are probably
dead.
Like wherever he is.
Why is Fury not asking?
I don't know.
I would have asked that. Seems like an oversight for Nick Fury.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's not really Nick Fury because Talos has been doing all his work the entire time.
Well, Talos is dead, so
is he?
Oh, he's dead.
He's very much dead.
They just lit him on fire.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Full on funeral pyre. It's over.
Yes, it was him.
Did you see him?
Skrull him.
No, you did not see a Skrull him. You saw a wrapped up body.
Okay.
I don't think Gaia
All right.
would. I mean.
Yeah.
They Darth Vader'd him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, and Anakin's dead.
Yes, that's true.
I mean,
he's gonna come back as a Skrull ghost.
He's gonna come back as a Skrull.
A Skroast, if you will.
What are your thoughts on the whole where he hid this vial?
Stupid.
Stuff it.
It's so stupid. It's so.
I love
stupid.
her questioning. So you hid it from him. You moved the location so that Gravik couldn't get it, and now you're going to just bring it to him.
Yep. Yep. That's accurate.
Okay, wait a minute.
So
I love that all of his tombstones, they all have different scriptures. The other one had Ezekiel 25:17, which is not accurate for any translation of the Bible I've ever seen. The one that's from Pulp
yeah,
Fiction.
I know.
This one was John 15:13. That was the old King James version. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. So that's what he has on this tombstone.
Very
I'm wondering
fitting.
if there's a reason. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what he's getting to here when he says that line. The second time I watched, I finally understood what he was getting at when he was kind of telling Sonya, "Yeah, I married a Skrull," and I knew that. Like he always knew that. And I think that's something that was clarified in the last episode, if not further driven home here. Is he always knew she was a Skrull?
Yeah.
Right? So there was no question about that. That was just kind of drove it home further for us. But yeah, no, Tombstone opens up. Here's a little vial of Dino DNA,
Right.
and there we go.
So
Dino DNA.
He's going into what I'm assuming is going to be the final battle of the season with a button in his pocket. I don't.
He has a gun.
Yeah, but he got the vial. I'm calling that the button because it's like this should be a bigger deal than it actually is. Like this massive event happens in Russia, and that's way worse than Sokovia, and now there's a vial of Avenger DNA like scattered, and he's going into battle with this thing in his. I don't understand why.
Is it Avenger DNA? Because he calls it Harvest.
They call it the Harvest, yeah.
Yeah.
It was all the... Yeah, it is. That's exactly what it is.
They actually say it in this episode that they harvested the blood and the DNA during the Battle of Earth. Like, they actually went in and got it. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay.
Which is interesting. So they're calling the Battle of Earth...
The Battle of Earth.
Well, I mean, they're calling it the Battle of Earth, but that they're referring to the last fight with the Mad Titan, Thanos. I was thinking the Battle of Earth was the first one.
I was thinking 2012.
The Chitauri,
the original Avengers.
Right, but as soon as he said even Carol Danvers spilled blood, I'm like, oh, okay, so we must be talking Endgame then.
Right.
Yeah.
She spilled blood in that movie?
I don't know.
I didn't
He
see
said
her.
she did.
I didn't see her spill any blood.
Who has regenerative healing powers?
I mean,
Grimace?
Sure.
Yes, it was Grimace.
I can only see that now. I can see that now. The last episode. So, where's all this DNA from? Grimace, Hamburglar, Ronald McDonald.
Why are you still so hung up on Grimace? Extremis.
I'm say ex Grimace.
No. I still did not say ex Grimace.
I'm trying to figure out whose DNA is valuable in this scenario. Not Tony's because he's a man.
Yeah, well, Cap. Valuable.
They can't just make another Cap. Like they can't just go back in the history books and be like, this is how they did it. Let's just do what they did to Steven Rogers. That seems simple enough.
Why is his blood valuable?
Well, because his blood was able to bond properly with the super soldier serum. It also worked with that other dude. What was his name?
Winter Soldier?
Isaac? No. Oh, Winter Soldier had something going on too. What was the other dude's name?
In Captain Falcon.
Yeah, the one that we were expecting to like suit up and like kick butt in the end, and it never did anything.
Yeah. So that brings a very So that brings a very big question for me. How many expectations since the fall of Thanos on have we had throughout this next phase of the MCU that never actually happened?
All of them.
A lot of them. A lot of them. They introduced.
Honestly, the only thing that I remember being awesome that like I still think is really good was Loki. Loki still kicked butt.
Loki was really good. Loki was really good, but it was because it was so removed from the MCU. It was in a different dimension practically, and introduced a host of new characters, and that was something completely different. Everything else,
a host of new Lokis, including an alligator.
Yeah, which is fantastic. I don't know. And they do it in this episode where Sonya is at the compound or whatever with the two doctors, and they're having that conversation, and she's like, "Oh, Victor, blah 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 blah. Oh, my name isn't Victor, it's this." And it was a guy standing, and it's like, it's Nigel. Okay, Victor, I know it's small, But given everything else that's going on in this season and the way that they've teased Fantastic Four, and now just to call somebody Victor out of the blue, don't tell me that was a mistake or like an oversight or just like, yeah, whatever, his name is Victor.
You're saying that dude was Von Doom?
No, I'm not. No, I'm saying it's a tease. I'm saying it's just another tease to add on top of the pile.
Where did you get Victor?
She says the name Victor, but it was the guy standing behind. She says Victor.
No, that's Nigel. She said Nigel.
She said Victor because the guy standing behind Nigel was the guy with the gun. Okay.
Yeah, Nigel was the guy because he says my name is Nigel. Why?
He said my name is Nigel. Why are you calling me Victor? And Victor was the guy standing behind him with the gun.
You sure?
Yes.
That Nigel had the silencer. Okay.
Victor's the one with the silencer.
Victor's the one with the silencer.
Okay. Well,
at the base of your skull.
Okay.
She played both sides pretty well.
Because she's very good at being your bestie, or definitely good at being not your bestie. Cake or death. Her lines are fantastic.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm pretty sure she's from a lot of other things that are British and whatnot. Duh. The only thing I know her from is Hot Fuzz.
She was in Hot Fuzz?
Yeah, she was the only female cop.
Okay. Oh, wow. I kinda yeah. Yeah. I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it.
This TV show is so exciting. I listened to our last week's podcast. We talked about this show out of
7 minutes,
out of an hour and like 15-minute podcast. It was maybe 20 minutes.
It was mostly talking about the writer's strike,
which was half an hour.
What's funny about it is you said that was the best episode thus far, and we still barely talked about it.
It was the best. It was one of our better conversations because we went off on so many different things. We actually had great conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about.
Did you say grape conversation?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Do you know why I'm having grape conversations?
Why? I've been trying to tell people about the benefits of eating dried grapes. Just raising awareness.
Raising awareness.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway.
I do like the conversation that they had like at the gravesite, at Fury's gravesite, where it's like, we can't rely on the Avengers to come and save us and blah, 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 blah. And on one hand, he makes a really interesting point. They have to be able to fight for themselves. On the other hand, you're dealing with an alien race that's about to become super people. So, I mean, kind of seems like a really good time to make a couple of phone calls and do something about this. They've infiltrated the government. You're about to start World War III. You would think that this is the time. They don't have the.
That's why
they don't have the budget. I love that line in Deadpool, when he's just like, "Oh, it's like I never see any other X-Men here. It's almost as if you guys couldn't afford to get them here." Like whatever that fourth wall line was, it was perfect. It's like, how come it's only you two in here? It's as if the studio couldn't afford anybody else. And then isn't that when like Beast like shuts the door in the night?
Yeah.
That was number 2. That was so good. Oh man, so good. Anyway,
I'm excited. I am very excited that this next episode is the last episode of this TV show.
Is it though? So far, we haven't gotten what we wanted about anything.
No.
So watch. You want this to be the end, and it won't be.
It'll be the next there'll be a movie because they did Miss Marvel, which went into
they're leading up to Secret Wars, obviously.
I still maintain that they're going to do a reveal in the final episode because that character that was behind the glass in the premiere still has not been resolved.
They strung us along with Quicksilver the whole time,
Ralph.
and then became Ralph.
Yeah, I know.
I have no hope whatsoever.
They
strung us along with the aerospace engineer for episodes, and then it went nowhere.
If that goes nowhere, it's incompetence on a whole new level. I don't think they're going to be that dumb and not pay that off. They have to. They have to, right?
You would think, but this is the new MCU.
I guess
this is
so.
the new.
I guess so.
Well, so I was listening to another podcast, some other friends of ours, and they brought up another point that I've brought up a few times before, but here it is back again. Now, we've all seen The Flash. We've already discussed The Flash. We still haven't seen that point. That remember when Bruce had that like vision or whatever of the Flash like warning him about something? That still hasn't come back.
It's not gonna happen.
I know.
That's something completely different. That's something completely different because like Warner Brothers were just like, no, we're done with Zack Snyder and now James Gunn is going to take over. So we're not going to get that. We're something complete.
I know.
Feige is still in charge. Like he's still the guy to sign off on everything that's going down. He's still the guy.
I wish you guys watch She-Hulk because there's some really funny stuff about Kevin.
Hey everybody, Lee from Black and White Reviews here. Just wanted to take a moment to thank you for tuning in, checking out our conversation. If you like this discussion and you want to hear more about this specific subject or other things, check us out on our podcasting sites, whether it's Spotify, Apple Music, or Google Podcasts. We're up on pretty much all of them. So yeah, thanks again for popping by, and be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks.